We revisit middle school literature. We talk about Lizzo, and we have Pep on to talk about reality TV.
Okay.
Mona, you know how you feel about your head being lopsided? I cannot unsee that my eyes are not even. Like, the fact that one of my eyes is lower than the other one drives me. This one is low. This one is higher.
Is it?
Look how I'm putting my hand in the corner of my eye, and when I bring my hands together.
I can't remember.
But when I tilt my head like this, they're even.
That's why we're at.
And it's because Riverside doesn't mirror you. Riverside does not mirror your image.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at myself like I look crazy.
Girl, that's where we're at. I can't.
I can't. Like, we need to find out how to mirror this shit. Because I am like, I think I'm like going through having a crisis.
You can, Bob. You can mirror it if you use IV cam.
I'm like, I feel like the guy from the Goonies.
What's IV cam?
Oh no, Bob, let's stop.
That's in your settings. That's in your
Riverside
settings.
Guys. What's IV cam?
It's an external camera app. It allows you to like use a camera, use your phone as a webcam.
What's your charm?
You can also that's just a Riverside setting though. You can also just have it so it doesn't mirror.
What's your charm, Pep?
What's my charm?
What's that charm on your necklace?
Oh, it's you probably can't see it. It says peppermint. It's a heart locket that I have with all of with a bunch of girlfriends, a bunch of trans girls. We have a matching locket that matches up together when we all are together.
Oh, that's cute. Monet, we need matching lockets.
We do. Or let's get like a matching forehead tattoo.
Let's get all. Yeah, you know what? Let's do all the non-binary girlies.
What's the scandal with the guy putting the tattoo? The tattoo.
Well, let's do our talking point real quick, and then we'll talk off. On this week's episode, we revisit middle school literature.
We talk all about Lizzo.
And we find out what made Monet say this.
And we find out what made Bob say this.
And we found out what made Peppermint say this.
Fuck you both.
Can we do one more intro where we say we talk about how Peppermint's on, like we invite Peppermint to talk about.
Yeah, got it.
I would say reality TV over Lizzo.
Okay. On this week's episode, we revisit middle school literature.
We invite Peppermint to talk about reality television.
And we find out what made Monet say this.
And we find out what made Pep say this.
And we find out what made me say this.
And
Pep, can you say we find out what made Bob say this?
And we find out what made both them hoes say this.
We need one for me, Pep. Bob.
And we made
Bob
one.
Say this.
And we find out. And we find out what made Bob say this.
All right, stop the recording. All right, Pep, what's your question?
I forgot.
About
with that in mind, I would like to say right now, we're going to find out, since we're talking about rumors, let's talk about the rumors about a certain pop star right now. Let's go into that. That was a good transition, yeah, Jacob?
Is that what we started with?
Honest, I don't know where we started with. Y'all, we recorded this after the rest of the episode, so there might be a narrative jump, but it's going to be great.
Let me do another one. And
why don't you say enough about the podcast?
Yeah. And now that you all know about town, Monet, can you join us? Nigga, damn.
Join us.
Look at the fucking camera, bitch.
Nigga.
It's later for her. It's later.
It's how late? What time is it, Monet?
6 o'clock, hey, Google, 9 o'clock, 8 o'clock.
Yeah, it's not midnight, bitch. Look at them. Work with the people you're working with.
Bitch, I don't know what. Are we taking a break? Are we doing it now? Jacob said it's done. You like, okay, I'm gonna do something now.
Oh, you should take a break. You should take a break.
Yep. So with that in mind, let me reset because Monet got me hot like fish grease.
Get hot.
Gosh,
so with that in mind, and enough about town hall. We're on a sibling rivalry, so let's talk about some hot topics.
Nice segue. It should be after the break.
that shit is so. This nigga's so fake. We don't even talk like that.
Nigga, you fake. You're not even paying attention. Log off. You logged off 20 minutes ago.
Y'all can what is going on over here?
You know, we're gonna upload this footage to the Patreon.
Wow.
So you can see what we're working with.
Yeah.
Stop. You're both pretty.
Well, one of us is prettier than the other one. That's for goddamn sure.
I'm going to R&B concert today that like a bunch of
I
people-
hate R&B. Don't ever mention R&B around me. As Monet said, I don't listen. I don't even know what R&B stands for.
Who are you going to see, Pep? Who's in it?
Well, Monifa it's like a 90s R&B. I don't even know who's featured. It's like with a radio station, I think.
The only R&B Monet knows is Razor Bumps.
What? Doesn't make no sense. Raisin bump? Maybe he said raisin bumps. Razor bumps? No.
Darling.
It's
Monet.
Monifa.
Monifa is the thing. Monet, tell Bob to touch all the skin, darling.
Oh, girl, honey, she can touch it.
Darling.
Wait,
I
so
wanna-
it's only Monifa?
I want to get exfoliated.
No, it's not only
Okay.
Monifa. Let me look it up. It's a bunch of different performers. I don't know who's on the bill because my friend said, you want to go to an R&B show? And I was like, yeah, that's all I need to know. And so whoever's there, I'm going to know who it is. But I know that Monifa is connected.
You
And
just sent it to madness. Real quick. Oh, by the way, real quick, Pep, you would gag. Me and Monet went to a concert with Robin S., CeCe
I
Peniston,
saw
and Crystal
you
Waters.
saying it on your thing. What's that?
Back to the middle and
Doorbell.
around again.
I'm gonna be there to the end, 100%.
100%.
Ow!
You're
We're
love.
all in different places. I love you both very much. I love one of you more than I love the other one. I don't think we know who that is.
Oh my gosh.
Um,
Don't do
But
that.
we do have to run. I mean, one of you gives me fever, and the other one gives me joy. One of you, when I log in, I'm like, ooh, and the other one, I'm like, ugh.
Well, Peppermint, I love you so much. Jacob, I really love working with you.
Oh my God! Oh
Okay,
my
I hope that didn't